my name is Julián Ramos, and throughout this video I intend to present a door to intercultural communication by presenting an overview of my master's dissertation. By focusing on HIM's communicative competence, it is understood that for communication to take place, both culture and language need to be taken into account since they are intertwined. However, within this method, culture was still taken for granted. It was not until 1997, when Byron further examined the concept of intercultural communicative competence, that we found a solution to this problem concerning teaching culture within the foreign language classroom. Nonetheless, two main problems arise. The first problem has to do with deciding what culture should be taught, and the second problem deals with obsolete and stereotype materials, since textbooks lack realistic cultural perspectives. As a response to this issue, the Council of Europe, along with Byram, among other scholars, proposed the Autobiography of Intercultural Encounters as an alternative tool to introduce intercultural communicative competence within the foreign language classroom. As for the methodology of this research, it was decided to conduct a qualitative research study following Mendes Garcia's work. To do so, 3 students in the 4th grade of secondary education from Hieronymus High School in Zaragoza were chosen to participate. As for the data collection, the participants were provided with a copy of the Spanish version of the autobiography, which was the main tool. Then interviews were conducted in the students' mother tongue for the sake of clarity. The aim of this study was to examine students' perceptions and attitudes towards other cultures and their own by means of using the autobiography in order to assess their intercultural competence. In line with the study's purpose, the following research questions were posed, and after having analyzed the interviews, the findings showed that the participants had mixed feelings towards other cultures, some of them positive and some of them were negative, regardless of their nationality. In addition, all of the participants showed evidence of intercultural competence by means of accepting, acknowledging, and developing their critical thinking skills. However, the participants presented different reactions towards changing the perception of the otherness. It should be mentioned that there were some limitations during this study in terms of time restrictions. It would have been better to introduce more participants in this study. Notwithstanding the limitations found, it can be stated without a shadow of doubt that the autobiography might be used as a powerful tool for students to develop their intercultural competence, which is something that we as educators need to work on, since nowadays curriculum includes intercultural communicative competence.